show you Sasabe Art Store.
This is our hotel, and I'm just gonna walk straight ahead. So this store is really near my hotel. I can actually see this art store from our window. So that's the art store right there. We're just gonna cross the street. So during this time it was really hot. I honestly don't recommend going to Japan during the summertime because it's just overwhelmingly hot. Okay, so we're gonna go inside, and this is gonna be what it looks like in the first floor. You will see a lot of canvas. So it's just a really small art store. It's 2 floors, and even on the first floor you will already see a lot of sale items. I don't know what this is, but it's just 100 yen. I think it's some activity for kids, but I'm not buying that because it's a little bulky. Then they have these erasers, which I eventually got one, but I'm not sure if it's a needed eraser. Then just a couple more sale items. So I think the first floor is reserved for like oil paintings. These are mostly oil paints and supplies. And then you have some brushes, which I'm assuming it's also for oil paintings. I did not really go through all of them anymore since it's not the brush that I use. But I am looking for a nice filbert brush, and they have some here, but I eventually did not get any filbert brush. So you also might want to check out the sale items. They usually bundle brushes like this, and it's sold for a really good price. This is just 380 yen for like a lot of brushes. Now this one is also a good deal. This is a nice set for beginners. This is just 1,500 yen, and you get a lot of paint. I think it's about 12 or 13 colors, and then it has some brushes. And this one is the acrylic gouache. Next, there's a section where they also sell pigments. So I was actually very tempted to get one, but I don't think I have the time to make paints. So yeah, this is the price. I don't have any idea if it's cheap or not, but I was also interested in this gold pigment. It looks really nice for some projects. Okay, so I'm now going up the staircase. It's a very small staircase, and you'll see a lot of sale items here. So these are acrylic gouache. These are from Turner. And then they also sell these golden acrylic paints, and it's only 70 Japanese yen. It's very affordable. Of course, they also have some student grade watercolors. I think it's for kids. And then this is the second floor. So they have mostly sketchbooks here and also watercolors. But I think these sketchbooks are more for drawing. But I do like the cover of this one. I was almost tempted to buy one. Okay, so when I turned left, I also saw a lot of these sale items from the first floor, and they even have different kinds here. So you really need to look around because you might see something that you might like. So this one, I'm not sure what this one was. I think it's a watercolor, and it's 1,848 Japanese yen. And then this one, I think it's also on sale. I'm not sure what it's for, but it has this punch tip, which I eventually got for Avery. I also bought this one. It's 80 Japanese yen. They have a couple more brushes here. I think these brushes are synthetic bristles. They have some smaller brushes for miniature painting. I forgot to mention that they only accept cash here, so if you're planning to visit, do prepare your wallet, and they don't accept credit cards. So this one looks like a surikomi brush, or maybe it's a flat brush. And then I also saw this really good sale. It's 8 tubes for 150 Japanese yen. It's the Turner brand. It's also a nice brand of watercolor in Japan. So what I love about the art stores in Japan is they sell pre-cut watercolor papers like this, and they have different brands. So you have Saunders, Montval, and I think they also have Arches. I'm not sure about the price, if it's cheap or not. I wasn't able to compare anymore. But it's really convenient to buy papers that are pre-cut already. So I also found a few more brushes on sale. This one still feels a bit expensive for a small brush, but I'm not sure what the bristles are. It's 2,400 plus yen, and then you have a smaller size like this. Okay, so these are the Arches watercolor papers that they sell in loose sheets. So they also have a lot of sketchbooks here. I think these are not watercolor sketchbooks. I'm gonna show you later on. So I think this area has the watercolor sketchbooks. So this brand Vif Art, it's not really the brand that works well for me because it's not good for loose florals. So this one is Avalon. It's also a watercolor sketchbook. So they have ring bound sketchbooks. Then they also have those blocks like this. This is the Saunders Waterford. So in Japan, you can also find a lot of these Langton papers. It's a nice watercolor brand, but you have to look because there's a certain packaging that is student grade. I think this one I'm holding is the artist grade, but there's another color, like a darker green color, which is the student grade line. So you have to look at the description. So they also have Fabriano paper. There's quite a lot of selection here. So this one, I was actually looking for a nice pad. Like I wanted some colored sheets, and it's usually used for pastels, but they did not have stock at the moment. Then this area has the postcard section. This is a nice way to try out different brands. So you can see White Ibis, Avalon, you have Saunders Waterford. So if you want to try out their papers, you can start with the postcards because it's also cheaper compared to the sketchbooks. So you can see the VIF art or VIF art, it's 293 Japanese yen. It's very affordable. I was very happy to see this watercolor. It's the Boku Undo, and I actually got the shadow black on Amazon, but I've never seen this other style before, and somebody on Instagram just messaged me about it, so I really look for it here in the store. And this is the Boku Undo May. It is 924 Japanese yen. And then I also saw this pale set. So this actually looks like a vintage pastel color. I also bought this to try, and they have some pearl paints and some metallic paints which I did not get anymore. So below this rack you can also see some more paints that look like kuretake. I just wasn't able to compare the prices with the kuretake Gansai Tambi, but you can also try to check out this brand. Next, there is also a calligraphy section. It's like a Japanese calligraphy area. They have some brushes, some sumi ink, a lot of the papers. So if you like to paint or do some calligraphy, this is a nice section. And then they also have these, I think these are ink sets. Oh, it's not an ink set, it's actually a carving tool set. Okay, so it's interesting. Next, you have some of the brush pens. So I think this one is like a brush holder. It has a nice Japanese style pattern. I got really curious with this. It's a nice trial set for carving your stamp. So it's actually quite interesting, but I wasn't sure if I had the time to do it. I guess if you want to try it, you can get this set. Next, you have the brushes section, and these are mostly for watercolor. I also saw the surikomi brush. So I normally use the number 2. It's around 300 plus Japanese yen. You have a bigger size right there. And you have just a couple more brushes over here. I decided not to buy any more because I have a lot of brushes at home. I think they have their own brand of brushes. I just can't remember if it's good or nice for loose florals. From what I remember, they also have some European brands and also some US brands. These brushes are really cute. I was actually tempted to get one. It's from Escoda. So right here, as I was actually checking out some filbert brushes that I might be able to use, but I wasn't able to buy anything from here. So right here below the brushes, you can see a lot of mixing palettes. This one is really cute. You can go ahead and check it out. And I really love the designs here. But I think I have most of them at home already because I keep buying. Then this one, I'm not sure what this one is for. It's probably just a lid for some jar. Okay, so now we are on to the watercolor paints. This one is Holbein, and then I'm going to show you some of the prices. After this video, I'm gonna post some photos so you can look at it. And then these are from Winsor and Newton. So from what I remember, the prices of Winsor and Newton here are okay. It's not too expensive. So I actually got 2 colors from here because I'm just curious to try it. Next, we have some Winsor and Newton again. I think these are new colors. So this one is very interesting. It's called Smalt, and I actually got one. So this is the gouache area, and those are from a Holbein brand. And then next, here are the acrylics. So don't worry, I'm gonna post some photos of more gouache later on. Okay, so this one was really interesting. It's the Liquitex acrylic or liquid acrylic. It's only 539 Japanese yen. But when I search online, this Liquitex jar is about $10. And then this one, I think it's acrylic gouache from Turner. Sometimes they make these special sets. Okay, and then you have some masking fluid here and some erasers. They also sell these palettes. These are nice metal palettes. Okay, so I did not get one anymore because I still have one at home. I love buying these Sakura Micron pens here in Japan because the packaging is different. It's color blue and it's also very cheap here. It's 770 Japanese yen for that set. Next, I also try to look around in the pastels area even if I don't use pastels. So they do sell individual colors in case you are looking for one. They also have a UV resin area. So if you're into that, you can look for some tools here. Then I also bought these magnetic canvas for Avery. And here's the loot from my first visit. I actually went back second time to buy some more. And outside the store, you can actually see some more art materials that are on sale. Okay, so I'm gonna post some more photos at the end of this video. This is my happy face after my first visit. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more art videos. I'm gonna try to post some reviews of the products that I bought here. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!